Hello again, everybody. It is Saturday, so here I am. I'm Sarah, and this week I have been thinking a lot about church and what it is and what it means to be part of the church and what it means to be part of a church family and all of that stuff. I hope and pray that for those of us who are part or belong to a church, that we know and understand that church is not the building. It is not the place, the physical place where you choose to meet, but church is the people. It is the gathering of people that makes the church. And so you're part of that. It is a living and breathing, alive sort of body and organism, and you're part of it. And so church right now looks really different because our doors are closed. And this week, I guess, I've just been really missing meeting together and seeing everybody and worshipping together and encouraging one another and just having that day set aside on a Sunday or a Thursday night or whatever it might be. And so it brought me to a verse in Hebrews 10, and I love this verse. It's from Hebrews 10, and it's verse 24 and 25, and it says this: "Let us consider how we may spur one another on towards love and good deeds, not giving up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching." Now, I always read this verse with brackets because I hear a little bit of like shade thrown in. It's not giving up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing. I don't know if that's how it's written, but in my mind, that's how I read it. So I want to encourage you today to be really intentional with reaching out to people. We're told to consider how we may spur each other on to love and good deeds. So consider it, be thoughtful about it, be really intentional about it, and be obedient whenever God puts those prompts in your heart. Send so and so a text. Maybe that person needs a phone call right now. Lift the phone and do it. Whatever it might be, but be really intentional about it. Um, because we all need each other. We need to be encouraged. There are people who are really struggling in this season and they need to hear from you. And you've no idea what that phone call, what that text might mean in that person's life. So I encourage you, things look different right now, but we're still told to be considerate and as to how we may spur how we may spur each other on to love and to good deeds. So we still need to be doing that. And then the other part of that verse 25, then, not giving up meeting together as some are in the habit of doing. Now, in a way, we had to give up meeting together. Our church doors were closed. But we are so blessed to live in a time where there are worlds of ways to meet together. And we as a church are using Zoom. We gather together on a Thursday and on a Sunday night. And I encourage you, don't neglect it. Don't neglect being part of that. If you have a way at all, a smartphone in your hand, a laptop, a computer, if you've any way at all, don't neglect meeting together, but make it a point. Be disciplined about it, coming online. And the honest truth is, I don't always feel like it at 7 o'clock on a Thursday night. But once I've been there and I've seen everybody's faces and I've been encouraged and I've heard what's going on in people's lives, I feel so much better to have seen my church family and just get some prayer points and just be together, even if it is over Zoom. So please do not neglect doing that. And if you don't have a church family who have something like that going, but you would like to be part of it, and you want to join us, then please get in touch. Reach out over Facebook, send a text, whatever, Instagram, whatever it might be. We would love to have you come and be part of that. And then I want to say to you as well, when this is all over, there is a danger, I think, that for some folk, they may decide, you know what, I've got on all right without the church. I've been fine. I don't think I really need to go back on a Sunday. I can kind of do without it. Let me say to you, you can't. You really can't. God has wired us to need each other. And there is no perfect church. We are going to hurt each other because we are humans we make mistakes and we need grace as much as the next person. And you're never going to find one that's going to meet and tick all of your needs, but prayerfully consider where God has placed you. And then you need to put your roots down and go deep. You know, there's two analogies that always come to mind. It's of that roaring hot fire, that's burning really bright and warm, and you lift a coal out and set it to one side, and how quickly it will lose its heat and it will grow cold. That's what happens when you take yourself out of, when you isolate yourself away from your family of God. It is so difficult to keep yourself burning hot for the Lord when you're set aside. But when you grow cold, if something happens in your life, and then the body of Christ comes around you, and they're praying for you and they're encouraging you, and somehow the heat and the atmosphere that you're in keeps you going, and it carries you through that season. And the next one is of a plant being rooted and just, putting those roots down really deep, not just little tiddly roots that the first storm are going to come along and blow you out of the ground, but actually being really intentional and saying, the Lord has placed me in this church, and so I am going to get involved, I'm going to be there, I'm going to make this my home, I'm going to dig in, and I'm going to really get involved, because we are a body and we need you. There are holes in our, if you think of it as a wall, there are bricks that are not there, they're missing because you are not there. We need you and you need us. That's how God has designed it to be. And then if you're somebody who has never gone to church, it's just not something you've ever done or thought you needed, but somehow in this season that we're in, you're finding lots of encouragement and hope from what is coming out of churches. Maybe you're watching our stuff and you're just being really encouraged by it. Then can I say, you would be so welcome. I understand what it was like when we first walked up that hill to Light and Life. My legs were like jelly. I did not think I would make it through the door, but when we did, we found love, we found acceptance, we found just a real peace in that place, and just a real sense of family. And so we never left, and we stayed, and that welcome is here for you as well. Whether you choose to come to us, we would love to have you. You would be made so welcome, but we are not going to neglect meeting together. So if you're a Christian and you're part of a church, get involved, send the text, make the phone call, get on the Zoom call, whatever it is that's going on, get involved in all of it and keep connected, keep strong, keep those connections strong with your church family. Same if you belong to us. I want to see all of your faces, not just some of your faces, all of you. And then if you don't have a church family, you would be so welcome to join us, whether you choose to do that now over the online stuff, or whether you come through our doors when this is all over. We would love to see you. We would love to have you. So there you go, some of my thoughts on the church and what's going on right now, and I hope it encourages you. God bless.